Hacklet River. Looks more like a lake. Yeah. Today is roughly day 107 of trying to get this thing off the ground. This Mimaki JV3 160 SP. And I paid $400 for it. And supposedly works. Now, you know, in commerce, there's a lot of puffery, aka outright lying. And so far, I'm roughly, I want to say like $1,000 into getting this thing off the ground. Because the legs broke. Now luckily, the things that attach it to the thing can be flipped over and new bolts put back into the bottom. Which, that's the next thing I need to get is these anchors, fasteners. I'm sure they're probably grade 8, but there's a lot of force involved. There's a 3-foot leg, 600 pounds across, 24 inches. And this extruded, can't say that right, extruded aluminum. And that is how you say it. The British did get that wrong. It's not aluminium. Because even the person who said it was aluminum. And only posh people try to say aluminium to sound posh. And also, to get on your nerves. It's really, they changed it later on. The man who changed it says, I did it just to get on Americans' nerves. And the posh people do speak like that, but just to get on your nerves and see if you have the social status to challenge them. And if you don't, they know what your social status is and where their ranking in the hierarchy is by your inability to talk back to them. Because if you need their friendship so bad, you're not already in that social circle and you're trying to get into it and you're willing to do anything, including debase your own, what does the bully say? Your own integrity to do so. In other words, you'll try too hard. Versus somebody who's already in the club will tell them, hey, you know what, that ain't right. Because they have the social standing to do so and aren't afraid of losing that one interaction because they're already in that social circle. They already have plenty of other friends or advocates or confederates, if you might. There's probably 3 or 4 other words I could throw in there to be similar. There's a lot of nuance between the pieces of nomenclature in that particular didactic. Aha. Depending on where you want to come from. Or where you want to be perceived to be coming from. So yeah, now, part of this exercise is just to get it off my shop floor so I can do other things. That frees up the space to make other money with. Not just to sell it. At this point, I'll probably only make like $500 or $600 on it. Now, I don't know. I saw a similar model, but I don't know if it's for parts or, again, great amount of sales puffery in the marketplace. I think it should be worth $47,000. Of course, that's what I'm going to put it out there for. If not, guess what? I can sit on it. I could just use it for small projects. Of course, I'd rather have the money to fix the big Mimaki printer right now. Of course, I'm willing to bet that the technicians that do these jobs, that do this work, just like mechanics who work on cars, are always looking for a deal that they can flip. Then maybe somebody might be willing to trade their time for that printer, and that they might be able to use it for something else to flip it. So like if it takes them 3 hours at a time to fix my big Mimaki, and they can get $2,000 out of it, maybe I can use that as equity towards getting the big Mimaki fixed, which I'm thinking is going to be about $4,000. So if I only get $1,800 out of value towards somebody who's only using 3 hours at a time to fix my big Mimaki, hey, they're getting a really good deal out of that thing, man. And we both win. That's how you make deals that work. Both parties win. And then I can use my big Mimaki turn this into a taco truck. And maybe do some other projects. Of course, it's also falls on like how much money I'm going to make in the next 90 days. And can I find a place to go to and sell ice cream for the winter? Or Miguelito's Tacos. Right as I'm talking about selling tacos, a taco shop with my name, Miguelito, which means Little Miguel. You know, I am my father's son. The fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. I'm my father's favorite son. So, I am Miguelito. Yeah, that's kind of, you know, kind of funny. I was talking about making a taco truck. My other taco truck had disappeared. I'm talking to the insurance company about getting that payoff. It could be upwards of $25,000 to $40,000 of a cha-ching moment. And I would rather have that truck than the money. But the wheels were stolen off of it. Who knows what else was going on with it? I don't know. Either way, the insurance company needs to pay out to me. If the engine and transmission are stolen, then it's a total loss. Even if the body's not stolen, it's like, hey, well, now, something happened to the insurance where it's only I forget, it's not comprehensive anymore. But I signed up for comprehensive, and I had quite the conversation with my underwriter, Mr. Umberto of Reckitt Sandoval Insurance, a State Farm agent. Now there's a reason why I have these long conversations with people. It's to implant the memory of that transaction. That way, there can be no doubt. The reason, and that I did verifiably have a conversation about why I needed full coverage and that I would not have gotten anything else. So if there's a mistake, it's on your part, and you're going to cover my loss, because by God, when I was in the office, I told you I wanted full coverage, and you told me I was going to get full coverage, and you looked in the record, it's like, yeah, you did have it. But for some odd reason, they got changed. I would not have changed that because I was looking for this moment right here. Now, I wasn't wanting it to happen, because again, I would rather have the truck to work with than the money. Because I wanted that specific truck because of the arrangement of engine, transmission, size, and it has a lift gate on the back of it. That and I could have possibly went into work as a tool truck because it was ready to work as a Matco tool truck. I could have possibly become a Matco tool distributor. There was also that angle in the mix as well. As you know, for shits and giggles, if I got a food truck device, and that's why I bought that particular one. So in case I could, hello, how you doing, whoever you are.
In 800 feet, turn right onto US 221 North, Hampton
yeah.
Street.
Hopefully that'll pay off for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Take the next right onto US
The guy told
221
me,
North,
like,
Hampton Street.
we're going to make sure that your coverage is there because you have been paying for this with the expectancy that you had full coverage for a loss or theft.
Continue on US 221 North
I
for
didn't
7
cause my
miles.
vehicle to be stranded in California. So there was still about to be some trouble for this. I just say, I'm going to be generous because you can't say something nice about somebody, don't say nothing at all. This gentleman who was not very forthcoming in his business capability and acumen failed to fulfill his obligation to me and left my vehicle stranded where it was not in a safe position. And I don't blame the hotel. I really don't. They said the homeless people were living on it, and I'm like, what can you take off of it? Well, evidently they took all the wheels. Maybe they took the transmission and engine. I don't know, because that's pretty much all that's rear end. I guess everything but the box. So yeah. So all in all, I've got the potential for $115,000 to $20,000 in the next 90, 100 days or so, depending on other variables. And if they come to, it's nice. I'm not going to put too much stock in it. I'd rather, be happily surprised than to put too much emotion to it and have it fail, and then be all butthurt and angry. Yeah. However, that's more than enough to make Aqua Truck and like little get a Sprinter van to be the commissary. So I would have the trailer be living quarters and commissary with the 3-compartment sink and walk-in freezer, walk-in cooler, and extra water tanks, extra water storage, black and gray, and then a place to live in there, like a little apartment, like a little circus train studio. Like more than a roomette, like a single stateroom, and then enough room for have a garage, an enclosed garage for the Sprinter van, and then the Sprinter van would be the grocery getter for the taco truck. Who knows? It might be a Cuban sandwich truck in memory of my puppy. It'd be Don Julio's Cuban sandwiches. In memory of my fucking dad. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say. In memory of my dad. Have his picture on the side of it. A picture of all the dogs. Without the dates, that in memory of the birth and death date, that's kind of white trashy. I'm not white trash. Just have the picture and say Don Julio's. No in memory of. I'm not trying to play for pity. I just really, that's an eternal thing. Got my steel. Go by the house, tie this thing up, and try to pick it up tonight and at least get it hanging in the air. And then I'm gonna cook some bratwurst tonight, spicy. We're gonna have to worry about some hasty white guy that can't handle fucking little bit of heat. Yet this motherfucker lived around me for fucking decades and ate spicy shit all the fucking time. We went to all kinds of fucking Mexican restaurants. Just all of a sudden he can't handle spicy shit. So hopefully we get that done and get that buttoned up tonight. I'm gonna go. Actually, I should do the one fastener I got of that and go buy Lowe's. I think I need 6 of them. They're like a couple dollars at Lowe's each, so I'll get. Hopefully I can have that up there tonight and be getting that together and stabilized. Oh, that reminds me of a joke. Did you hear about the gay guy who went to the hospital with 12 toy horses up his ass? Yeah, the doctor said the condition was stable. But I pops. He's an asshole. Jim Gaffigan. I'd like to do a. Oh. It's nice and warm out today. I actually have been without, I mean, I voluntarily went out without air conditioning yesterday and today. I want to get more acclimated to the heat. I'm getting way too used to AC and it's weakening my ability to be out in the heat. Which, when I lived in Miami as a kid, I used to bask in the heat where I could handle it. I'm not pussy about it. But you need to be in Miami. You need to be a millionaire to live in Miami properly. You really do. Or at least 600,000, 700,000. But I think really you need like $5 to $6 million to live in Miami properly. You know, to have the fast cars and several acres worth of land, be able to pay your taxes, and money to live on. You don't have to work for a living like a fucking slob. Run multiple businesses. And medical fabrication is a big thing in Miami. So it's HVAC. I think I want to get my HVAC. HVAC. Two key things. HVAC.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Chase High Road.
And real estate, Florida real estate. It's fucking Florida. I always like the idea of it, but the reality is Florida sucks. So there goes that.
Turn right onto Chase High Road.
There is a couple other things. I'd like to run more HVAC
Continue on
stuff
Chase High Road for 4
the whole
miles.
restaurant equipment thing. More than anything. So I can be the emergency man on task. Eventually I'll have, a couple brick and mortar locations. What to share type restaurant. Valet parking, bathroom attendant type places, and high quality, high touch. Where you go there and the valet parking guy knows your name. We're talking $200 or $300 plate meal type plates. $5. Yeah, that kind of place. And I don't know, I have 5 or 6 locations, you know. New York, Las Vegas, Miami, London, Paris. Yeah, probably $20 to $30 million each. So me and a friend of mine, we did some brain work on some think tank, and it's all possible in the 3 to 5 years. Starting with 1 food truck, 2 food trucks, 3 food trucks, and phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Possibly a fleet of food trucks where I don't even operate them. I just originate the concepts and lease them out. I build menus for people. I hold their hands. Okay, what flavor restaurant do you want? Food truck you want? Okay, here's your food truck. Here's the menu. Here's the food cost, and I'll do all the back work. And all you got to do is cook and hire people. You lease a vehicle from me for $700 a day. And then when they get their feet wet, I give them the option of lease to purchase. Anyways, hey, I'm almost home, so I'm going to jump off here so I can take care of things. I'm probably about, well, then I'm going to jump off here, get something to eat. I got probably another 45 minutes to get, well, I guess I'm not almost done. But I do want to get off here. And I don't need to. I want to get something to eat. And I don't need to explain anything to anybody. Not to be rude. But hey, I'm hungry. See you later.